Hi friends, in this video I will talk about percent in percent operator in R. How this operator works in R with vectors, I'll talk about it. So percent in percent operator generally matches the elements which we are keeping in any vector. So whatever we will pass as a operand at the left hand side, it matches with the vector which we are giving at the right hand side. So for example, I am creating a vector here using C function with some elements. I am pressing Ctrl Enter to execute it in our environment. Now say for example, I am checking here 33% in percent V. So this will return us false because 33 is not belonging to vector V. That means 33 is not matched in vector V. Similarly, if I am writing 56% in percent V, so it will return us true. That means 56 is belonging to vector B. So this way we can check or we can match any value whether it is present in any vector or not. Similarly, if we have two vectors and we want to match two vectors in R using the percent in percent operator, that also we can do. So here I am writing percent in percent to compare vectors. So for this, I am creating two vectors. First is x. Using C function, I am storing few values in vector x. Pressing Ctrl Enter, it is executed. It is created in R. Now creating the second vector using the C function, keeping two values inside it. Now when I want to compare vector x with vector y, so I can write x percent in percent operator y. Pressing Ctrl Enter, it is returning us false, true, false. That means I am comparing the elements of vector x with vector y. So that way you can see 3 is not present in the vector y. So it is returning us false, true, true. Now when I am writing here y percent in percent x. That means now I'm checking the elements of y with the elements of x. Pressing Ctrl Enter. So that way both the elements of y is presented in the vector x and it is returning us true, true. Similarly, suppose I am creating two sequences here. First is x, 1:5. Second, I'm creating y. Suppose pressing Ctrl Enter. So that way I have created two sequences in R. Now when I'm writing x percent in percent y, it is returning us false, 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 true and true. Similarly, when I am writing y percent in percent x, pressing Ctrl Enter, it is returning us true, true, false and false. Now if I want to get these common elements in these sequences, that also I can do. And suppose I am writing here x subsetting x percent in percent y. Pressing Ctrl Enter, it is giving us 4 and 5. That means of the x vector, two elements are presented in y and these are 4 and 5. Similarly, when I am writing y subsetting y percent in percent x, pressing Ctrl Enter, it is returning us again 4 and 5. So that way, friends, if we want to match any of the element is presented in any vector, we can use it with the help of percent in percent operator. Also, we can compare two vectors using this particular operator. Now, if suppose we have some vector which are character vectors. So firstly, I have created two vectors x and y. In x, I am storing a, b, c, d, e, all in small cap. In y, I am storing a, b, c, d, e, all in uppercase. So now that way I have created two vectors. Now when I am writing here x percent in percent y, pressing Control Enter, you can see it is giving us false, 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 because small a and capital A are not similar in R, because small a and capital A are not similar in R, because R is a case sensitive language. So that way, even with the help of character vectors also, we can use this particular operator. So now if suppose we have any vector available, so with the help of any all type of functions, we can use with operator. Say for example, I have a vector in which 1000 elements I have stored. I have second vector in which I have stored 500 elements. Now, suppose I have written here any in brackets x percent in percent y, pressing Control Enter, it is returning us true that any of the elements of x are matches with y. So R is giving us true. Now when I am writing all x percent in percent y, so that way R will give us false, because all the elements of x are not matching with the elements of y. So friends, this way any and all functions can also work with percent in percent operator. Now, if I want to get the index or position of the elements which are matching in any two vectors, that also we can do in R. So for that, suppose I am creating a vector x with first 10 numbers, pressing Control Enter to execute it in R. Now I am creating second vector b, pressing Control Enter to execute it in R. Now I want to get the index of those elements which are matching in x and b. So I am writing here x percent in percent b, pressing Control Enter. So that way it is giving us the index of the elements 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. These are the elements which are matching in x and b. So friends, this way we can use percent in percent operator in any vector to match any element, whether that element is present in that vector. We can compare two vectors. Also, we can get the index of elements which are matching in two vectors using which function. So friends, I hope this video will help you out to understand the percent in percent operator. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay connected for more such videos in R. Thank you.